Yo, yo, yo. What is up? Gaining, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, true, true. Big NBA slate.
Oh yeah.
Um, Let me just make
Good
sure.
games
I just want to
last
make sure all
night.
systems are go. I want to make sure all systems are go, and we're good to go. Before we recap last night, nice little two for two ski. The two overs, both OG and Bridges. Man, Bridges absolutely smashed. OG smashed, couldn't hit the game winner, but still had covered at that point. So it was all Gucci. Man, the plant your flag. I don't know if we should do a plant your flag counter and just kind of keep track,
I
just
was
just
thinking
for
about that.
when you make the claim that something's a plant your flag play. Just would be good to know. But
I
now
think I'm undefeated in those.
that the confidence makes me want to go back and like check you just to like do the ego check. But
I think I am.
no, no,
Can do it.
I believe you. I believe you. No, we can get into it. So we'll go through the games today. We'll start. Let's start with the Pelicans Magic. I know we've got Hawks Knicks as the thumbnail, but we'll cover that one next. We'll kind of go game by game. Obviously, let us know if there's any props you guys like in the chat while we're going through this. But let me pull it up here. Pels Magic. 228.5 total, close spread, obviously, with the Zion and BI injuries. Wagner, I believe it was a practice injury on Wednesday, so he is a game time decision. Haven't seen any updates or reports on that, but that's pretty much. I think that's like the biggest player prop impact. Maybe Herb from a matchup perspective, but I kind of like
Mhm.
this game. 228.5 total. Missing some of
Yeah.
the key guys, but close. It should be
Yeah.
a
This will
close
be.
game. I don't know. Do you think this one's a close one? It's 1 point spread.
Yeah. I feel like matchup wise, it should be like they're both missing players, both a little depleted. Like Pelicans are obviously better, but they're missing a
Yeah,
lot of their players.
the
But
Pels have
like,
just been so good even without those guys. Is like the only thing. And the Magic have been pretty. I mean, all NBA teams are inconsistent in some capacity, but the Magic, I feel like I don't know which Magic team I'm getting night in and night out. But still, I mean, 1 point spread, so like I don't want to get too cute kind of analyzing this, but just kind of peeking at points. Obviously, massive CJ line with the injuries to the other guys. Higher Val line, 19 and a half, and Ben Carroll's got his 21 and a half. Any of these points lines you like? And you got Wendell Carter at 16 and a half.
yeah, I don't. I was looking at CJ McCollum. I don't love CJ McCollum. I wanted to look at that and possibly play that. Fultz is interesting. Doesn't really shoot a ton though. He's been pretty efficient in the last few games. Just like I was looking at the guards just because I like this matchup for both teams in the guards. I
Yeah.
think Orlando and the Pelicans are both pretty poor guard defense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but with the way the Pelicans are now setting up, it could change a little bit because they got Trey Murphy at the two, McCollum at the one, so their typical 1 through 5 lineup looks a lot different than what they've been in the season without Bi or Zion or those guys. But I was looking at Fultz assist is interesting to me.
Yeah, I kind of want to peek at
But
CJ's too.
yeah, it's at 6 flat for Fultz, which is just like right on. If you're a book, that's just the safest thing you could probably do.
Yeah,
It's 6 flat. I still don't hate it though.
I know. I actually kind of do like that six flat line. I know obviously the value is going to be on the under. I do like the six flat, but I mean there's a lot of games tonight, so we don't have to force ourselves to include this one. I do like the six flat
Yeah,
for both of them.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this game. I think it
Yeah,
can be close, but I don't think it's gonna be competitive. If that makes sense.
yeah,
Like these both these teams are a little like I mean what I basically just said at the beginning, but I could see like one team just kind of shooting better and the other team just not giving that much
yeah,
effort. That's what I mean by like competitive, and I think this could turn into a blowout pretty easily on either side. So
yeah.
I don't really like this game that much, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally fair. And there's a ton of games too. So I'm really I'm of the belief. Yo, what's up, Renzi? Mr. Q Gentleman. Got a lot of cheddar on Bam, 31 and a half PR tonight. For the Cavs
Bam
minus 2.5.
bam.
Let's go. I remember my one of my fondest TikTok comment memories when we were doing player props and posting there, and follow the TikTok, Flock Sports Betting. But no, it cracked me up when we had like Bam PRA, and it was like 32 and a half or something, and he got like 30 and a half. And someone was like, that was the only leg that missed, and we made a TikTok about it, and someone was like, LMAO. You thought Bam was gonna drop 33 points. Like, get out of here. It's like, dude, like that is you just called yourself out so hard thinking that like anyone is telling you to play Bam to drop a 30 bomb just randomly. Nothing about any odds about it at all. No, I feel like this is a big Bam night. He's gonna want to come out, score a ton, drop 34
points and rebounds, 31.5.
Bam's been having some monster games, especially with all the injuries to a lot of those Heat guys.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah, we can keep it moving. I'm cool to move past.
Let's get out of this game. I don't like this game.
Yeah, because I think sometimes we tend to like try to find plays on like smaller slates, but hey, I mean, a big slate tonight. We can look at some of these games.
Have to.
And this should be a fun one, man. I think Trey just got upgraded to probable, so expecting him to play. Injury wise, no Mitch Robinson with the it's a finger sprain, right? That's what it was. Thumb. I think it was a thumb. Yeah, thumb sprain. So he's out. The expectation is Hartenstein plays. I don't want to get too analytical about that, but I don't feel confident about him having big minutes. But they will need to play some sort of 5. But they've been pretty willing to kind of play some other guys. 227.5 spread or total and 2.5 spread for the home Hawks.
Yep.
I saw your little ooh. Was that a good ooh? Like you saw
what
something
do you think,
you liked?
What do you think I went right to in this game?
Here's a couple things. I don't think you went here. Brunson has been on a tear, so I just want to like call that out. I don't think that's what you were oohing, but he's been on an absolute tear. I don't think this was your ooh either. Julius Randle's been on a rebounding tear for a team that's missing one of their bigs. Yeah, so
that was my ooh. Robinson, who is probably their best rebounder. I mean, we've watched some Knicks games, right? We watched the Bulls games. We had Vooch on one of those, I know. Yeah. No one on the Knicks cares to get a rebound except for Mitchell Robinson
13
and maybe Randle. Randle kind of just stumbles into a lot of these, but Mitchell Robinson's the most active rebounder in this team, and he's out. And Randle's already getting 15 a game in the last 5 games. 3 games, 16 a game.
Oh man, you can. Your ooh was for Randle to get 14 boards.
Yeah,
whoa, you've changed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I mean, it shouldn't be that. Like he's just
the situation should be good. Like, yeah, I get that.
It's a pace up spot. Hawks gonna move a lot faster than the Knicks will. They're also going to miss a good amount. So they're one of those high-paced teams that their true shooting percentage is pretty poor, right? Yeah. So they're going to get a lot of possessions and probably more often than not more misses. And no Mitchell Robinson. Randall's been on a tear already anyway. Hartenstein isn't the greatest rebounder. Plus, he'll probably spread the floor. So I think this could be a 20-board game for Randall if you really wanted to.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to fight you too hard. And I think that like the points that I would throw at you to like steer you away from this play, I don't think they're as valid as they sound. But I will say for the stretch without Mitchell Robinson, Randall didn't cover this once. But I will agree that he, like, if you look at the stretch over the past, I want to say month or so, I mean, he's just been a monster on the boards. And I'm not even saying that, like, this is a smash under or anything. It's just, man, 14 boards. It's rebounds. Can that be my point? And then we can look at other plays. Yeah. I'll let you write it down. Kenyon keeps a little sheet. He writes down his props that he likes. When he oohs, he writes it down. So I'll let you write it down, and we can discuss it after we go through a bunch of other plays.
I wrote it down. Points wise, though, I mean, we got Brunson and Randall both at 26.5.
Yeah.
I mean, Murray's probably on Brunson. Right, they can hide Trae Young and Grimes. Just let them sit out.
Right, yeah. They've been playing like Grimes and Quickly a lot, and I think that's like where Trae sleeps for sure. Yeah, if they get what they want defensively.
Yeah, I don't think I like Randall's matchup a lot more.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Randall, but I mean Brunson, like you said, has been cooking and he's been shooting a crap ton.
Yeah, crazy amount. And like these are games with RJ Barrett too. Like I want to call that out. I know a lot of these guys have really high. Well, yeah, no. I'm just saying there was a stretch where Barrett was out and we had like super high volume games for both those guys, but he's back. And like you look at Brunson's, like I want to say he shot like almost like 30 times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull this up. I just wanna. Yeah, 11 for 29 in that Raptors game. Yeah. He had a 15 for 30 game. That was a monster game against the Bucks. He's been shooting a ton. And it's really hard, I will say, like,
I
Matchup wise, I totally get. Brunson's had some tough matchups in this stretch that he's shooting a ton and hitting these lines. So I'm not even saying this as an overplay. I'm just saying that like just be cautious about trying to play these low lines, because I will say little discrepancy here. You know, it's really varied book to book on what's favored on Brunson's line. This usually isn't what you see. We've got a, you know, I guess it's just Barstool.
do you like Randall PRA more than anything else? Then
Oh, I bet it's monstrous though with the
it
rebound. What's
is
his PRA at?
44.5. He needs
37
27
points.
points to cover his points,
Yeah.
14 boards to cover his boards, which leaves what, 4 assists? Really good value on the over for the 43 and a
Yeah.
half. I'm not scared of the one difference.
Oh
So
no.
you're getting an
I mean
underdog.
I do like it. Yeah, I think like
I'm gonna write it down.
so
I'll
like
take out the
give
rebounds, but write
me
that down.
yeah. Let me do like the brain calculation. If he gets like 12 boards.
30 points. That's the calculation. And like obviously like
30,
two or three
yeah,
assists.
32
But
and a couple assists. Yeah, I mean he I feel like Brando's pretty good to get you a couple assists. Hey, we can write that one down too. I don't mind that.
this is a
I
great
want to
spot
peek
for
at
him over the
assists.
game.
I'm curious how low some of these assist lines are.
Yeah.
We don't have him for some of these Hawks guys. That's weird because Trey, we have.
Yeah. What's
I wonder if it's a Trey nod, but he's probable, so they should be up soon.
Brunson at here? Six
Brunson
flat.
is at 6'5".
Dang it! Why can't you just give me a
Randall.
gosh dang hook?
Yeah, bro, Randall's at 4 flat too. I don't hate 4 flat Randall honestly, but I don't love it. So
I don't
we can
like
keep
so.
rolling.
Okay. Yeah, I really like Randall on this one, but that's such a high line. Like the Vegas is just on the same boat as
I
me.
mean, yeah, it should be like it's deservedly so. I
Right.
mean, he's hit what 15 plus boards in
Yeah.
6 straight or
He's
something.
on a tear. No Mitchell Robinson, high pace matchup, and it's probably the weakest part of the Atlanta defense is the 4 and 5 spot, which he could rotate between. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's just everything is looking good for him. But yeah, the lines are adjusted already for that.
yeah. Cool. We can keep rolling here. Golden State, Cleveland. I believe we do have an update in this one. Let me refresh here. Yeah, no Steph
Yeah,
tonight.
no Curry,
Yeah,
no Clay, no Curry, no Wiggins, no Green. They're just like,
it's
yeah, we
the
just gave
yeah.
it. Rightfully so. They had that was just a fantastic game last night.
Oh yeah,
Such a
so
good
good.
game. I enjoyed watching. It felt like a playoff game. Like that's what I just, I was watching that and I was like, this is why I love the NBA in the regular season. But like you don't get those kind of games that often. But
Yeah. So this one
that was
pretty
so
quickly turns into a pretty ugly, scary game, right? You get an 11.5 point spread, 220.5 total, and we've seen this Warriors team missing key guys, even with Clay or something, just absolutely disappear in games. So this is like really scary for me, just overall.
hmm
We actually might not get a lot of these lines. Just
No, we
with
don't have
I
much.
think the Steph news was pretty recent. A lot of those guys sitting was
Yeah.
fairly recent. Where I don't think we'll get a lot of these. It'll just probably be Cleveland guys on underdog.
Yeah. I don't love this game either. I think Cleveland probably does cover 11 and a half. I think this is kind of a gross game.
And I know the grossness too about it, especially if like I know Donovan Mitchell, he's also questionable, so we're it's a little weird to talk about this game as well. But man, it just kind of feels like I don't even know. Like I feel like anyone could blow up in this game, right? I mean, you just look at defensively. Oh, this Warriors team. It's like yeah, I mean, wouldn't be crazy for Jared Allen to have a 20 plus point game or Mobley or
Right.
it's one of the guards. Obviously, they do that consistently. So I'm cool. Just
Yeah.
like I think we just pass this one.
Yep.
Maybe we peek back later, but we can keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, I don't
go.
love that game.
Yeah, Mavs. Heat. Mavs Heat. Almost said Hawks. 217.5 total. 1.5 point spread.
That's much better.
Yeah, close game. Obviously low total. Just kind of like a slower pace. Both these teams. And then injury wise, no Christian Wood tonight. I think Luca. I was peeking. Luca had a pretty high rebound line. I think he's pushing like 10.5, 11. Because I was interested to see that just based off of like who the Mavs have to play at the 5, right?
hmm
Not that Christian Wood's an amazing rebounder, but much better than who they'll have out there. Looking at the points, Jimmy at 28.5. Luke at
Yeah,
34.5.
I like Bam's rebounds. I know Renzi was talking about points and rebounds. I don't hate that. Dallas gives up a lot of boards to the 5 spot. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be a slower pace game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, this is like Dallas is second to last in pace, and Miami is tied for fifth and last. It's a good matchup to exploit for Bam, but the line again, it's the same thing as like Rando. It's already moved up to 10.5, which is crazy. I think he can still cover that fine. I'm not too scared of it. But values in the under a little bit. Luka at 34.5 is just like that to me just does not fit the narrative of this game as
Yeah.
far as totals and implied totals. That's a little weird to me. Plus defensive matchup, like you've got Kyle Lowry in and Jimmy Butler in, like they can switch and probably will switch on Luka. Like they have the facilities
Yeah,
and the
I
game
just get a
script.
little scared too. Like Luca will do Luca stuff. Like I don't want to get too. I don't want to like talk through this like we don't like Luca tonight, but I mean we've just seen teams so willing to just like immediately double trap Luca, and then just like they're strong enough defensively elsewhere where they're like we'll just like play from there. So when he's at this like 34.5, 35 line, I'm pretty much just off it, especially in games that I don't love.
Yeah, I'm thinking threes for Luca. I'm trying to look at what his line is here. Three flat. God, why is every line that I like and then go to look at flat?
Yeah, the three lines can get kind of wonky
But that,
on
yeah,
like
it makes sense for
underdog.
threes. It's such high variance, but
Yeah,
ah,
I mean I don't hate it, but yeah,
he's gonna shoot probably eight threes, seven. And I don't know if I'm ready to bank on Luca to shoot 44% from three against the Heat. So
yeah. I mean his most recent stretch in his like even high scoring games, like he's not. I don't think he's had double digit threes in the past like 8 or 9 games. So needing
mhm.
four and needing like a 30-40%, counting on that is not great. So I'm gonna peek at assists and then we can.
Did you talk about Luca's 10.5 rebounds yet? I mean,
No, I just brought it up initially that it's like a high line, but I don't hate it. Oh man, for a second I thought we got Luca 8.5 assists, 9 flat. Yeah,
under on Luca's rebounds.
yeah. Would you you have the balls to play that
Oh,
just with the
wait. Jimmy assists is four flat.
I just went over to rebounds.
Does that not seem pretty weird to me? Like,
Give me what's the 3.5 line value? Is that like 160 or something?
they only have a 4.5 value, which is plus 110. So the 3.5, yeah, probably like minus 150,
Yeah. Oh
40.
man, under rebounds is feels like the ugliest thing to play, but like this kind of feels. I know no Christian would, but man, I feel like this game is just gonna be so slow.
I kind of like the under rebounds for Luca.
I know. I don't know if I have the balls to play it in like a spot that I think is decent for Luca rebounds, but the game I do not like. Fournette, Jimmy four flat. Jimmy
Mm,
3.5 over on FanDuel's minus 195.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami gives up not a lot of rebounds to the point guard position. I mean, not a lot of teams do, but it is Luca.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's so funny that kind of like stat because like
Yeah, you have to
not many
factor
point
in.
guards sit under the rim like Luca
Right.
does. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think yeah, I'm just kind of intrigued by this Jimmy line.
I'm gonna write that down.
I'm looking at something real
Jimmy,
quick on
Jimmy four
passing stuff
assists.
for Luke for Jimmy.
Luca,
It's had pretty low potential over the most recent stretch with Harrow and Lowry playing. Yeah, I mean, 4 flat seems like fair based on what he's been doing. It is a slower pace, but I think it's worth writing down. We can move it from here. Keep it rolling. Clippers Spurs. Love seeing a good. I love seeing a good clean injury report for the Clippers, man. No questionables, no game time decisions. We just get Kennard's out, John Wall's out, Kawhi and PG looking to play. Now, we might watch this back in 3 hours and be like, oh, Kawhi's out. But no, this one, 7-point spread for the Clips, 231 total against the Spurs team. Revenge game, obviously, the 2-team removed. But yeah, no, I mean, these Spurs games, man, they've typically been very, very high scoring. No Vassell again, Trey Jones, Langford, Keldon.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by this game.
Yeah, kind of like Kawhi. I don't know why. What's he at? 25.5 values on the under, which is a little surprising to me. Probably just because Paul George is back and healthy again, but he's been healthy with him for some of these games.
Oh man, I want to like Keldon without Vassell, just from a pure shot volume standpoint, but I don't know, I'm kind of scared. Matchup wise.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think I can do it at 23.5. It should be so good, like in a neutral game. Like he shot 26 times in this Nets game, but in 25, I mean, he's like, Keldon can shoot not great and still, get close to covering. And he's done that. He has not shot well this season, but man, I really want to like it. I don't think I can.
It's Paul George line. It's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just automatic prior to injury. First game back against the Sixers, only played 29 minutes. Good defensive team. Only shot 11 times, 13 points. But now you're playing just the total opposite team. Higher pace, worse defense. 21.5 total. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the not only he rested the second leg of that back-to-back. I mean, gets 2 days. I hate having to be like a guy who predicts. One of my least favorite things about NBA props, fantasy, you name it, is trying to be predictive of usage coming off of like injury, rest, and stuff. But I think it's the right kind of formula, right? There was no like re-aggravation news, no questionable tag heading into today. No, we'll see how he feels. It's just been, he was out second leg of a back-to-back after playing 29 minutes. I do want to like it, man. I do like this game too.
Yeah. I'm gonna write it down. I like it.
I think I do too.
Spurs
it's one of those, like, it feels, and I don't want to, like, this sounds kind of weird, but like obviously the injury is the big thing. But remember when Harden first joined the Sixers and he had like a 20.5 line or something?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, this is a smash. Come on, guys. Like, this is going to be 24.5, like, in a couple
Which
days.
did hit, I believe.
It did hit. It's been a weird, and it's been weird. Like, obviously he's kind of back down to being like a 12 assist guy and like 20.5 points. But like at that time, I have the same kind of feeling and energy about this play where it's like Paul George is playing a stretch of games. This line's 23.5, 24.5,
Yeah. We've got Trey Jones at 5.5 assists. I don't know if you like that a lot.
I do like Trey Jones' assists. I will say, he's not been shooting particularly well. It's a really good line for him, even outside of that.
Yeah.
And I think the ball could be in his hands a lot. Like, obviously, he brings up the ball, but I don't think this feels like a big like Keldon Johnson ISO game where he's just gonna like
better not.
Yeah, like I don't think he's gonna have a ton of success like attacking the rim. So I think this kind of feels a lot like there's gonna be a lot of
movement.
It's just a good line for Trey.
Yeah.
And let me do this too. I do want to look at, so any other assist lines. I'm gonna look up something really quick on.
No. Getting a head start on this next game while you figure that out. I'm just big braining you over here.
Is big braining like I don't get to toss it over to you to stall while I look up something, so then you toss it back over to me and I can't stall?
Yeah. No, I agree with the Keldon Johnson thing. I mean, just to run through the lineup, Keldon
Yeah.
Johnson, don't love it. I like the possible usage, but yeah, the matchup's kind of a nightmare. Romeo Langford, I'm not going to trust as far as I can throw him. Trey Jones does feel better for his assists. It's a decent spot. It's lowish lines. Nothing scary about it at all. Sohan, same thing. Don't trust him as far as I can throw him, as far as offensive usage and stuff like that. And then Pirtle Zubac just feels kind of like a wash matchup.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like slam, um, like home run here to me than like, Jones assist is like that looks really solid. Paul George points is one of those you could capitalize on a pretty poorly placed line, but it's also like obviously it's a high risk, high reward
Yeah.
play.
And that's the kind of guy we are. That's the kind of guys we are, right?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my plant my flag pick.
Oh, it's in the next game. You're like already prepping the plant your
No,
flag.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay, okay. I thought you were like
It'll come to
already
me. It's got to
prepped.
speak to me.
You're waiting for me to click over, and I'm like, all right, let's go over to and I say the next game, and you go, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keldon at 2.5, minus 194 on the under on Pinnacle. Yeah, no thank you on his points.
I'm the threes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a guy that's like probably gonna shoot like he's been shooting like 11 times. Not that he's been great from three, but it's just kind of funny to see. Pacers Denver. This one a bit spooky. It's super high total, 11-point spread. Obviously no Hallie, and you've got pretty much everyone healthy of importance for the Nuggets.
Yep.
So a bit spooky, but finally had a good Nemhard game. This most recent.
Yeah, I don't hate to run that back.
What's his line
I
at?
10
It's
and a
10
half
and a
points.
half. Yeah. He like even in these like I want to pull this up, man. I know this for a fact even before pulling it up. I mean, he just plays a ton of minutes, and I know he hasn't like shot a ton in these most recent games, but like these games without Hallie, man, he has shot a decent amount, and it's 10 and a half.
Can you tell me the pinnacle on his PRA?
Yeah.
PRA looks very nice.
Oh yeah, he's got like one of the best assist floors. And he's
It's
just
only
plays a ton of minutes. So
it's 20 and a half.
20 and a half. It is actually under favored at minus 124 versus minus 107.
Ozjam, I love you, but I disagree.
He's so like, look at these. So what? Hallie got hurt in this Knicks game, right? On the 11th? Yeah.
Yep.
He's had 5, 7, 9, 7 assists. He's had a 6 rebound and a 5 rebound game.
Yep.
A
24-minute game.
1. Yeah, 2 and 1. Yeah, in the one of those, yeah, he had his worst. All right. If you take out the 24-minute game, his rebounds plus assists 11, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's on pretty poor shooting.
And that's on
for
God.
every game.
What?
That's on pretty poor shooting for most of those games.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Yeah. I do think the one thing that you could say is from a PRA and point standpoint that we're talking about, that it's
that's true.
We can't count on him shooting a high volume just because he has had a few like 9 shot attempt games, even though he does play decent minutes.
Mm-hmm. You just go points then? I think it's
7.5 assists.
I think the pinnacle hinges on the under because of the points.
Do you like any part of you like assists, or is 6.5 too high for you? It's the best value play of all of his lines. So he's been out since the Knicks game. That was about third quarter. So if we're just looking at the past 4, obviously McConnell's going to be a monster from the assist standpoint. I still have Trey Jones up. It's embarrassing.
I do like his assist. Oh, I kind of want to play him. I just don't know where.
Well, so here's the thing. So I will say this I know a lot of people, McConnell obviously has had really high assist numbers. 8.3 assists for the 4 games without Trey. 7 assists for Nemhard in the 4 games without Trey. 16.5 potential for TJ. 15.5 for potential. They're actually very, very close and similar in potential assists.
How's that 7.5?
and they've both been playing pretty similar minutes.
Hmm.
I like them both, honestly. I don't know. Does any part of you like feel safer about McConnell just because I don't know. I feel like everything that you could say about one of them, you could say about the other, right? Like you
Yeah,
could say McConnell probably isn't going to shoot as much, but like he's actually been shooting more
right. I
than
think I would
Nemhard.
go Nemhard over McConnell for assists.
Yeah,
I mean, you get a one assist discount if you made me choose today who's going to get more minutes. I'd say Nemhard. Barely. Like they're pretty similar in minutes, but I think Nemhard would probably have either the same or maybe one or two more minutes. Um, yeah, the discount of one assist and like you said, shot like selection wise, like McConnell might shoot more than Nemhard as far
yeah,
as decision making on the ball goes. But um, God, yeah, that's a tough one. It feels like a Gideon Shea thing again that we're just gonna, you know.
yeah. I mean the
I
nice
mean, one of
thing
them's gonna
is,
hit. Let's just do both.
I mean the nice thing is like obviously from a like minutes rotation standpoint, like they do play together sometimes, but for the most part, they're the primary distributor. I mean, is this game like obviously this game has to scare you, 11 point spread, but the total's just so massive that I don't know. There's points to
Yeah,
be
I
had.
don't. It does scare me, but like even in a blowout, like Nemhard and McConnell, they are the backups. Like they're, I don't think like they'll still play close to 30 minutes, whether it's a blowout or not. They just don't have the depth or the
Yeah,
reason to just take them out. So
yeah,
especially
yeah,
for Nemhard, like he's a young guy, like he's a guy that you want to give him as many minutes as possible
yeah,
on a team that is still very potentially going to be in the playoffs or the playing game, obviously too. But
yeah,
uh, so these are crucial minutes for guys like Nemhard without Halliburton. So I like them to keep him out there, whether it's close or not.
yeah,
I'm not too scared of his minutes.
yeah. No, I agree. I know that was like those were plays we really wanted to take a look at and talk through. Any wait, did we just have like news break or something on this
Yeah, that's
game?
what I was gonna say. Something just happened. Um,
I think maybe this site just
Halliburton's
bugged.
playing.
Hallie's back.
Okay,
Oh my god.
we can just go to the next one.
Yeah.
Nets on a back-to-back here, huh?
Nets, Jazz. No KD, obviously. No KO.
And how about Kyrie last night, dude?
7.5.
Started out like what, like 2 for like 15, ended up with 30.
Dude, him and Dame, like, they had a contest to see who could have the worst start and still drop
Yeah,
like 28 plus. I want to
yeah,
say
I was
Dame
shocked
started
at
like
Kyrie.
1 for 9 or something to start the game. Just awful, awful. He
Shooters
had
gonna
like
shoot.
8 at half or something. Yeah, shooters got to shoot, man. Yeah, this is the thing with Kyrie too, and like we talked about it, man. I don't want to get too fantasy. Obviously, like we're talking player props and everything, but man, this is why Kyrie, like, even with those disappointing games, like he's gonna have these KD list games where he just shoots 27 times and still gets you 7 and 7.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he had like 6 defensive stats too. Yeah, he had 4 steals and 2 blocks in that game.
How do you feel about little Kessler rebounds here?
Dude, Ben Simmons. How low can Ben Simmons' points line go before somebody starts talking about playing it? 8.5 is just so funny to me. Against a team that's not very good against like in the paint,
Yeah,
other
yeah,
than Kessler's blocks. I think Kessler's blocks blind people from how bad the Jazz have been in the paint.
yeah.
Um, Kessler boards. What's Kessler's boards at?
10.5.
I too, dude. I really like Kessler. I think I like it more than. I don't want to say more than Randall because I think there is variance to be had, but it's been really nice to see a 5 game stretch of him playing 30, 27, 32, 31, 28. And especially without Olenek again, I think this team is just like Kessler's just gonna play 28 plus minutes. It's just
Right.
gonna happen.
And we saw Aiton just absolutely manhandle Brooklyn last night. And
Mm-hmm.
Kessler's just, as far as like rebounds goes, Kessler's just even better.
Yeah. Do you?
And Aiton
I
had
don't.
9.
I don't think this, but I just want to ask: does any part of you about like Brooklyn's lineups give you any kind of matchup questions about how much Kessler would play? It doesn't to me. I just want to ask that.
No, because it's like you have either Claxton or Simmons on the court, like you can they're gonna want Kessler. Like Simmons driving or Claxton rim
Yeah.
running or Kyrie driving. I mean, Kyrie can obviously shoot, but like
Right.
Kyrie driving to the rim, Ben Simmons just in general, like backdoor cuts or driving himself. Nick Claxton rim running. Like they don't have enough. They don't have the facilities to me to go five wide, shoot, and just really kind of match up Nightmare Kessler out of this game. I just
Yeah.
don't see that.
I really I do like Kessler boards. I wish there was more like support from the books on the line because I think it's a really good line for him. But I totally get the we're playing a rookie rebound line. I get that. Any part of you like Claxton boards at 9.5?
Um, no, I think if anything, Claxton can get ran out of this game more than
Yeah.
Kessler.
Yeah. He's been playing pretty. I mean, obviously pretty solid minutes. But yeah,
What's that, 9.5?
yeah, I like the line.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. Yeah, it's so heavily favored. It doesn't make sense to me that like you have 9.5 so heavily favored in Clarkson, and yet you have Kessler like pick 'em at 10.5. It's like okay, what's the give here? Like you have Clarkson heavily favored because I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might. I don't know if it's just a Kessler. We've only seen him do this. I mean, he's had really good per minute rebound games, but obviously 7 games ago, 8 games ago, he was playing 13, 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Which I think I don't believe will happen, but maybe that's the like 10, the minus 10 addition we're looking for might just be the variance of them not them kind of including that in the
Yeah, I'm starting to like Clarkson a little more now you talk about it now.
I mean, both these guys play 30 minutes. Who do you want? It's Kessler. It's Kessler for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Clarkson will most likely play 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna a lot of rebound shots today.
Yeah. So are we getting too confident?
We got 2 for 2. Yeah, we got 2 for 2.
Let's go all rebounds. Come on. Let's push ourselves.
Yeah. I think we're good. Actually, I'm going to look at
dude, here's my thing. I really do like Kessler.
Hey man, okay.
Like, how does he not play 30 minutes? Like, I've been wrong about things before, but no Kelly Olynyk, and I'm not even saying Kelly should even eat into Kessler's minutes, but like, who is playing, at the 5, and in any rotation, that is like preventing Kessler from playing 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Who? Just kidding.
Decent pace. Not crazy pace. It'll probably be like mid pace.
It's just a team that shoots a ton of threes too,
Yeah, it's true.
He's been so good. And there's like, for me, there's not a lot of like foul trouble concerns either, right? Like, he's not playing or having to defend a 5 that's like aggressive and gonna get him into foul trouble like that. That's not Claxton's thing.
Right.
And like, yes, they'll drive in the paint, but like, I mean, who's the most aggressive finisher on the Nets? Is it Warren right now? I mean, Kyrie doesn't really do that a ton. We can move it. Let's write it down. I don't want to spend the final 20 minutes talking about Kessler over on rebounds. Any of the other designs interest you? Kyrie 29.5. Laurie's up to 26.5. It is a nice game, I will say. This feels like a close, high scoring game.
Yeah, none of the points really speak to me at all. Like maybe Clarkson, but like
yeah, a lot of them just feel like like Beasley 14.5. Yeah, like these are just kind of like it's probably right. We can peek at assists. Um,
Yeah.
any of the, you want to play any of these bend plays? I know, obviously, you got the double, got the ejection. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, his assist line's about 7.5. Oh, that's just kind of clunky. I think Kyrie's at 6 flat. Yeah, I can't play either of these.
Yeah, I'm not forcing any, but we got several
Yeah,
picks still that we like to.
yeah, that's true. I'm cool to move on from that one. And I think we are down to the final two. Yeah,
Yep.
Lakers, Memphis. So,
Yep.
oh, got a little weird thing there. So injury wise, could you do a quick LeBron note? I'm assuming he plays, but I don't know if there was any kind of like update I wasn't aware of. But I think he's expected to play.
Yeah, I'm
Massive
trying to
total,
see.
massive pace game, massive total, 243.5. Obviously, still no AD.
How high is the
Um,
bronze line? 33.5. I kind of like it. I like it. LeBron hates the Grizzlies.
who likes the? I like the Grizzlies, but who likes the Grizzlies in the NBA?
Yeah, I don't know. It's 8. Wait, AD is questionable as well.
No, is he?
When he's ruled out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's pretty recent reports that are saying he's. No, it's
No,
not. Why are they saying
let's not
this?
do this. Yeah, we're gonna get AD questionable to doubtful to out reports for the next couple of games, huh? Yeah, LeBron 33.5. What's
Okay.
Ja at 28 flat? You like LeBron more than Ja?
Yeah.
Yeah, no AD LeBron is, and in this kind of game too. Even at 7 point dogs, their implied total is still like 115 plus.
Yeah. It's in LA.
Yeah.
It is. I kind of like
I'm
LeBron.
gonna peek at some assists. Ja 8.5. LeBron's
5%.
at 7.5. Westbrook's also 7.5. I don't like it, but I think Russ is my favorite assist line. I don't want to play it.
What's LeBron's rebounds?
Desmond Bain 3.5. We're doing the pick a rebound line from every game challenge.
Yeah.
Player prop challenge.
Give me 7.5 and it's a smash.
No, it's gotta be flat, right? Yeah, 8 flat.
Mine's not loading.
Yeah, it's 8 flat.
I don't hate that.
It's Bryant 7.5. Honestly, I thought I'd like more in this game.
There's just not a lot of like the sporting cast for LA is just so garbage.
Yeah. I thought I'd like more on the
Um,
Grizzly side too. Any of these points, like Boehner. Oh, what's Bain at? 21.5. Your guy Dylan Brooks down to 13.5.
he's a bum.
He's he's a bum who like off of pure no Bane volume can like get his way to covering 18.5. Let's pick threes. I wonder if we can get a Bane 3 flat. I think we have enough plays that we like. If you want to just, we can go to this last game real quick, take whatever from there, and then finish it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
You can write down whatever LeBron stuff you want to. I'm down to do those as well. What's this one? Sabonis. He was questionable with an illness. Was on the court during the morning shoot around. Should play. Yeah, he should play.
Sorry, I'm switching over.
No, you're fine. I'm on to this next game unless you want to talk about something. This is another
No, you're
pretty
good.
good one.
You're good. Okay, what do we got here? Oklahoma City, Sacramento, 242. Jeez,
Yeah,
OPS.
another massive total.
Mm-hmm.
Decently close spread. 3.5 for the Kings. Sabonis
Pretty.
should play.
I mean, I know it's not super late in the season yet, still, but like pretty important game for seeding. OKC's kind of getting up there.
Oh yeah,
Sacramento's obviously above 500. Like the West is so tight from like 6 through 11.
yeah,
Crazy. So this could be a solid game. I do like this game.
yeah. OKC has been playing pretty well too, man.
Yeah. Um, kind of, kind of like Giddy in this one.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Jalen Williams 13.5. Giddy. Giddy's at
Let's see
18
at
and a half. She's at 30 and a half.
17 and a half points.
I'm gonna peek at
Sheesh,
assists. We're not getting. I don't think we're getting any Kings lines with Sabonis questionable, even though I expect him to play. Giddy at 7.5. Oh, his lines are pretty bumped.
34 flat PRA. Pick him at 33. Kind of like that 34 and a half or 34 flat.
Man, I don't love a ton of these. I don't like a lot in this game. I want to see some of these Kings lines.
Plant my flag. Is this the plant my flag? Is that what I'm doing here?
Jalen Williams 4 flat boards. Not gonna make us do that, but
Is that what I'm doing here?
you go what Giddy PRA. I'll get PRA for
Mm,
you.
34 flat. It's just points if that's the case. What's Shea points at?
30 and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's Giddy's points at? Do you have that pulled up? His PRA is
I
at.
believe it was 17 and a half is his points. Man, they've really weird. 240 total, and they have a pick 'em at SJ at 30.
Yeah, I like. It's that's one of those lines where like I disagree with like how it's how that line is like shown. I know he's like had a couple of the most recent games have been lower scoring than what we've seen earlier in the season, and he's at like 30 points in the season. But man, this high of a total in this kind of
Yeah,
game,
yeah, yeah. That 23 against Indy. I mean, he only played 30 minutes, so it makes sense, I guess. But
yeah, I want to say. Let me pull this up.
like slow pace game, high pace game, slow pace game, slow pace. A lot of slow pace games. Pelicans 44. I don't know if I love Shea actually.
Yeah, I mean he's been shooting less. Like other guys have been shooting a decent amount more. I mean, we're getting more shots from guys like Jalen Williams, and Giddy obviously has been on a little bit of a scoring tear.
Yeah, I think I like Getty more.
Yeah, it's a nice line. I mean, that you get that 17 and a half. I will say a lot of times on underdog, you are either getting the same line or you're pushed up to the flat line versus some other books. So it is nice to get that kind of discount there versus a pick 'em some places at 18 and a half. All right, you got our list. You wanna go through and we can
Yeah.
pick out what we want.
Yep.
All right, talk to me.
All right, we've got Randall over 44 and a half PRA, or I think I just kept that in there. Maybe rebounds, whatever. Randall.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler over 4 assists. Luca under 10 and a half rebounds. Paul George over 21 and a half points. Trey Jones over 5.5 assists. Andrew Nemhard over 6.5 assists. Kessler over 10.5 boards. Claxton over 9.5 boards. I put LeBron over 8 boards.
yeah.
And then Giddy over 17.5 points or PRA, depending if you like more.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Kind of like them all. Um,
We could do
I
five.
think the weird rebound ones we can cut.
Weird as in
Just
like
like
Kessler.
Luca's under at 10.5. Like
Yeah,
I agree that I would like the under, but like Luca, no Christian Wood.
you're scared. You're
It's a
scared.
slower
That's
pace
fine.
game. Yeah, he's
Okay.
like I have to guess Luca's rebounds. It's he gets 10 tonight, and I don't want to play the under if like that's
Sounds like that's the
what the
under to
goal is.
me.
Is that under 10.5? Can we get a
Yeah,
stat
yeah,
checker in the chat? Let
yeah.
us know.
Someone want to? Can we get a mathematician in here?
One second. Let me do some
Um,
research.
Jimmy over 4 assists feels very safe.
I
Very
wish
safe. It's just a slow paced game, kind of baity.
I wish we had like a better stretch of Jimmy assists recently with Harrow and Lowry playing. That would make me feel
Yeah,
better about it.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna use my will veto on that one, just because it's the flat line.
Yep.
If it was 3.5, I'd smash it.
Okay. Yeah, we've got trade. We got the assists. The left are Trey Jones.
I love the other assists we have. I'm gonna be honest, and it might just be
Nemhard over
a
six and
bias
a half.
thing. Trey Nemhard, even McConnell. I think I prefer
Okay,
Nemhard, but I love both of those.
let's do those.
I don't know how you feel. I do like Paul George.
Okay, I do too. I really like Paul George.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's do those three, and then would you want to do five tonight, or
Talk to
we
me
don't
about
have to
what's
do
left. I
that?
know we have Randall. So like you
Yeah,
tell me. I think the ones that are
Randall.
left are more. I'm not gonna say I dislike them, but you definitely actually okay. So I will say this real quick. We can go. Let me talk about mine, and then we can go to yours. I do like Kessler or Claxton boards. I prefer Kessler, but I like get the fear with it. I will say.
Yeah, I like Kessler. I like all the boards. I think I'm
I do
cool
too.
taking out Randall, even though I love the spot. The lines are so high. I'll take out Randall. Um, and now we're left with Kessler, Claxton, LeBron, all boards, and Giddy. I'm cool taking out Giddy. So we've got Kessler, Claxton, Braun.
Sorry, I'm writing down the. I don't know if you're having an internal monologue right now. I'm writing down the plays that we're including right now.
No, you're good. I really like Braun boards.
Yeah, I mean I like it too. I think this is a super high paced game.
It's just
LeBron no
yeah,
AD. I mean the other guys that like Thomas Bryant is not. Yeah, that doesn't
him.
change anything about how I feel about
It's
LeBron
just like
board.
no good. Like it's like Steven Adams is like the only good rebounding player on that team. Like he's the only one that'll look at the glass. Jaren Jackson's not a great rebounder. And
Mm.
then you have the 1 through 3 spots, just whatever falls to him. Trey Brown, not a great rebounder. Bryant, typically not a great rebounder. If he gets the minutes, like he can. But I think him on Steven Adams too, like
Yeah,
that's a big mismatch for Bryant. I like Brown in this game.
yeah.
I just really do.
Lines 8 flat, right?
Yeah, I like his points. I'm trying to convince myself to go either points or PRA instead, but I like rebounds too. So it's up to you. It's just such a high pace for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's averaging 8 boards, 8.2 boards without AD this season.
hmm yeah. either pushed or hit in the last 5 games. 8, 8, 8, 16, 8. 7 against the Hawks, 11 against Charlotte, 10 against Hawks, 9 against Miami, 7, 6, 2, 6, 7, 11. 7. Also just shooting so much.
Yeah.
Points is just, oh man.
I mean, if you want to plant your flag, you still have your plant your flag play.
No, I'm gonna look at his PRI real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up to you if you want to include a LeBron, and if so, which one. Do we decide on if you want to include Kessler?
I kind of do.
I do too.
I mean, like, why not? You know,
Yeah, we got Paul George points, Kessler boards, Trey Jones assists, Nemhard assists, 5.5, 6.5 for those respectively.
Kessler boards. Let's add the Kessler boards,
Yep, it's in there.
and then we'll do Braun. Um,
Editing this TikTok's gonna be a nightmare. Thanks, Canyon.
49.5 PRA, huh? He hit last game. He hit against the Rockets. He hit against Philly. He missed by the hook against Dallas. He hit against Sac. Missed against Atlanta 33 minutes. He hit against Charlotte. He hit against Atlanta. That's Memphis. And he doesn't lead. Memphis disrespects the King. It's in LA on a Friday night. He's got his rest. Pinnacle disagrees. On ESPN? Yeah, we're going for it.
All right, what are you going with, PRA?
I'll let you decide. You like PRA or do you like rebounds? 8 flat
I like
for
them
rebounds.
both.
Okay.
I mean, if you think he gets 9 boards, like if you need 9 boards to hit, does that make you like PRA more? Just in terms of like analyzing, making a decision on which one you pick, you know? What's his PRA at?
49
Flat.
and a half. So that's, yeah, I mean, that's 32, 10, 9, right? 30, 31, 10, 9, 32, 10, 8, 34, 8, 9, 30.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make you just tell me which one we're putting down.
PRA, PRA.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. 49.5 PRA.
Yeah.
All right.
Not on record, not a plant flag, just
Okay. All right. I don't know how you want the people to feel about it. To call something not a plant the flag play. Not that there's anything wrong with
I'm
that.
just being transparent. Just gotta speak to me if it's a plant flag or not.
Yeah, I get that. It's got a different feel about it, you know.
It can't be a true plant the flag if I'm like, I don't know what you're going with. You know
That's
what I mean?
true. Yeah, the plant the flag is decided like before we even like start the stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got this here. Plays we like for tonight: LeBron over 49.5 PRA. We got Paul George over 21.5 points. Kessler over 10.5 boards. Trey Jones over 5.5 assists. And Andrew Nemhard over 6.5 assists. No plant the flags, but I'm gonna say I like all these a ton.
Yeah, I do like these two.
A lot of lines that like Paul George feels like one that could just absolutely smash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kessler for a rebound line feels like a good smash.
For sure. Yeah. A lot of these feel like you get like normal game / normal minutes, and these are all hitting, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Good luck tonight. See you in the next one.
Yes,